retweet button. So we're live and I have to go in now. My Twitter, I don't know if you ever have this problem, but my Twitter has been like not loading well lately. Have you had that problem?
Yeah, it's slow. I don't know. It's because Musk is busy cleaning up the government, I guess.
That's, I'm fine with that. We're not going to talk about the other stuff that needs to be cleaned up, but hey, can I just ask you? Let me start. This is the deepest we'll get into this, right? Because I do believe you're one of the best publicists in the business. Just hands down, seriously, like, honestly.
Appreciate that.
Other than that terrible book deal you got me the one time.
Well, I put a toe tag on everyone else. I put a toe tag on everyone else, right? You didn't realize you were hiring the white Kendrick Lamar, but I mean, come on, somebody's got to do it.
Let me just ask you this, and I'm not going to dig into it, right? I don't want to dig in. I just want to say generically, have you ever had a client that you work on putting a message out and then they screw it in 24 hours?
Oh my God! Yeah, listen. So Milo Yiannopoulos,
Wait, were you his publicist?
God bless. So this is one of the only times I fired myself. Okay, we set up 50 interviews for this cat, and he missed 49 of them. And I said, you know what? You don't have to pay me. Yeah, just go off, go to the Chanel store, do your thing, and I'll basically go do all these interviews for you. Because I know all these shows, and it's just a total embarrassment. So I mean, look, I've had all kinds. I had someone die one time.
What?
I mean, wait till I write the real book, homie. Wait till I write the real book. I mean, this is NDA. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, I've actually had a couple people die. Two, I've had 3 die. 2 was of natural causes. A third one was at his own hands. So, I mean, it was just, if you've been doing PR long enough, and it's not like we're in we're hanging out with Tommy Lee doing bumps of coke here in conservative PR. But I mean, the reality is there are some wild people here, outside of you, me, and Hunter Biden.
Well, I'm not wild. I'm the most boring person. You know this. Like, damn well, like I am so boring. When I'm not doing anything, when I'm not on, I am quiet and to myself, and you have to drag me out of the house. And usually it involves free food.
That's right. Well, look, you've got the bourbon collection. What more? You got a wife now, so what more do you need? I mean, you don't need anything else.
No, I have to clean the house, so it's a lot.
That's right.
I have to cook and clean here, and so
that's
it's
right.
Get
really a bottle of Michner's in the vacuum. You're good to go, right? That's all you need, right? Little Blanton's action.
Bland's isn't any good. You know that. Bland's is so bland for.
All right, I'm just seeing what your level is. I'm trying to figure out what your level is. Here.
It's the ballers like Blanton's. Go. By the way, use your little thing and go hit the retweet button. I hope everybody's having a good Sunday night. Go retweet the stream. It's pinned at the top of my thing. That's what I asked.
Oh, we did. My team did. They told me they did. So
I'd count. I said I'd count the one who took himself out as a failed job. Hey, do you have to invoice the estate at that point?
Well, with that guy, with one of them, it was Avi Davis, who was this great guy, and he was like a pro-Israel guy. He was riding his bike around LA, and just his heart seized up. His organization was paying us.
Yeah.
The guy that killed himself was this guy, and you know what? I took him on. It's a funny story. I took him on. He was like this atheist guy, and I said, "Listen, he wanted to go on right-wing media because he thought that he was like a Richard Dawkins or Bill Maher, that he was gonna get on like he was
Richard Dawkins.
Like he's
such a good reference.
Right, I'm saying like he thinks he's Sam Harris or somebody.
Yeah,
and he's like, I just want to pay you. I'm gonna get on these shows, and then once I get on these shows, I'm gonna convert all these right wingers and Christians to atheism. I said okay. So I quoted him some ridiculous number, thinking there's no way he did it. Right?
Yeah.
So he pays me, and then he starts doing these shows, and then he vanishes. He's gone. I was like, and I'm calling his manager, like, where the hell is this guy? Well, this guy was living out of like some big luxurious Winnebago or whatever the hell it's called, big coach or something. And he was driving around the United States. He basically pulled over on the side of a road. It's kind of a sad thing, and like, I guess he wanted to, maybe this was his final point. Oh, the gallows humor here. His final point about atheism was, he was going to somehow go prove that there was nothing on the other side. Unfortunately, once you do that, you can't come back to tell AJ Rice you were right or wrong.
Good.
Wrong.
Holy crap. Oz,
I
hello,
know.
Oz. Hello. Thanks for first time watching. Chapman, what's up? Parunga, what's up, guys? If you're in the chat, come hang out with us every night at 8 p.m. Make sure you hit the retweet button if you're enjoying it as well. I think AJ is going to be one of the more fun people we've had on in a while. I like you. I mean, I have, as far as PR
You're the only
people
one.
go, I know. Well, that's how it is. It's you are and being because we're both swamp people. I hate to admit it, we're both swamp people. You and I think are kind of in that same kind of group that have been kind of swamp adjacent and not in
Sure.
the scummy side of things. And especially you being a publicist, you've never like I know everything about everybody, and you do too, because you're a publicist and I'm the court jester. I've never heard anything bad about you.
Well, that's because, it's funny. I read this BBC story about a month ago about these dogs that live inside of the Chernobyl sort of radiation zone. And these dogs have developed superpowers. These dogs have developed an immunity. They've developed an immunity to radiation. So in a way, that's kind of like you and I, where we could sort of travel back and forth through the sewers and the swamp of DC and the Uniparty and the establishment garbage boys and not really be affected by their toxic radiation. So that I like to think of us as that, right? We're the wild dogs of Chernobyl.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Hey, all right, so it's let's go through a couple of things. Let's start with good stuff. Actually, no, let's start with something funny. Actually, you know what? Let's start with something good. Let's start with talking about your book. How about that? How about we do the reason you're here? And let me get this up. It's on sale right now. I just wanted to let you know that. People should go to actually your website and pay full price for it, obviously. But
no, they could go to Amazon and get a deal, right? And while you're there, because it's a low price, you can get Volume 1 right here, The Woking Dead, right? Volume 1 and Volume 2, the White Privilege album. That's if you look at the cover there, that's Nancy Pelosi's hand coming up out of the ground there. So, she's looking to tear up the State of the Union address, I guess. And the White Privilege album, if you look at that, ladies and gentlemen, just think Pink Floyd, right? Think Pink Floyd's The Wall. And simultaneously, we'll apologize to the Beatles. We won't apologize to Yoko, who, was wandering around New York City screaming at people outside of the Met. But, we're not going to apologize to Yoko, but apologize to the four Beatles. The White Privilege album, Tim, bringing racial harmony to very fine people on both sides. And I can see over here, we have a bunch of very fine people in the house watching tonight.
Well, I don't know. Hold on, because I beat up my commenters. I see this here. What about Trump's proposal? We're not talking about Gaza, guys. We're not covering that. We are talking about the Daytona 500, the craziest leftist of the week, and a good book. We are not doing Middle East. Wait.
Wait, isn't this? I thought this was the fundraiser for condoms to Gaza. That's what I thought this was. You told me, but I got this whole box of rubbers here. Like,
we're gonna set that in.
I got the magnums for Tim, so we're good.
I like it. There's a guy that comes in all the time and asks for money because his family's starving in Gambia, and I'm like,
wow.
If you have the internet, maybe you should focus your priorities and go get some food.
Send him, the Sam Kinison YouTube link. Well, I'll take care of that. Maybe
hey,
you should
listen,
live
hold on,
where the food is.
Time out. Haven't you covered this topic though? No, I haven't. It's my show. Go somewhere else. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not covering the. Hey, you don't come into my show and tell me what to cover. I'm having a good time with a friend of mine. That's what we're gonna do. If you want to go do that, go. I'm sure there's some sort of very angry group of people on the internet right now you can go yell with, but we're not doing that here. So there we go.
Well, look, you got to, you sometimes when they throw tomatoes, you got to throw them back.
I know, but look,
right, come on.
You are a very funny guy. I would recommend everybody go get this book. This is a winner, and I don't know how you beat. You are usually a full price guy, but I don't know how you beat 30% off.
No, man, you got to do it. You got to.
Now, are you on the audiobook? Are you the voice? Are you the reader?
I'm not. That's a whole process that I don't want to bore the audience with. But I looked at who actually read it, and it's this guy that's like done like histories of like Churchill and like the collected works the collected works of Alfred Lord Tennyson, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, there's so much crazy shit in this book. This is like some Shakespearean stage actor, and he's reading about how white privilege is wonderful and how we're here to and how we're here to dunk. We're here to dunk on Black Lives Matter and Hamas. I mean, it's just crazy. But no, look, the book is it's 12 chapters, and each chapter is a month of the year. So January is chapter 1, right? So, but it's called this: January privilege, February privilege, March privilege, all the way through. And I take everyone through the calendar year, and we defend American traditions, American holidays, historical events that kind of have been pushed aside by DEI and ESG and the Woking Dead. So, but it's fun. It's fun. That's why when you talk about the audiobook, you have to give me your number, what your number is, Tim, to read the maybe volume 3 if I ever get that done.
I'd read. Are you kidding me? I'd read that. I'll do anything for money. I mean, look, I used to fill in for David Webb. There you go. See, look, I mean, that's I used to. Right. It's Bill from the David Webb Show. Right. I used to tune in. It was Bill and 6 other people would listen to the David Webb Show. My show does better here, by the way, number wise.
Sure.
And hold on. Somebody said actually, I don't usually put up people giving suggestions out for things, but do you have a white privilege card that comes with that book?
Oh yeah, there's no. If you get
that would cost money though. I don't expect you to spend money.
Yeah, no, it's look, what white privilege means, you got to pay, homie. All right, you got to pay the piper.
Because they can afford it. Hold on. I'm assuming. Now, hold on. Let me look at their picture. They look white, so I think they've got money. So I think that's going to be.
All right. Well, we're going to raise the price on the card. That's right.
Yeah, Parunga, you're actually going to have to pay full price. There's no 30% off for you over on Amazon. We're going to find you, and when you go to order it, full price.
Yeah, we were going to price the card based on a Benetton ad and the bell curve of what kind of race you were, right? So, maybe at the end of it, if you tell me you got more Native American in you than Elizabeth Warren, we'll give you not only the white privilege card, but maybe some tokens to your local Indian casino. All right, that's what we'll do.
By the way, I just want to say too, and it's so important. You probably do a lot of these. I always read the chat, and I always react to the chat. Because it's important that everybody's here weighing in, having a good time. I'm glad that they're all here. Also, by the way, they wanted to know if we were going to cover growing pole beans in Zone 11. That's next episode. Obviously, that's the next. That's the next one. Hold on.
They're growing those in Chernobyl, I think.
And gunshots every night. Yeah, listen. Then go do a full page spread in the New York Post. Tell us about it there. All right, here we go. Keep a straight face, AJ. All right, here we go. Let's go to, now you're a big Eagles fan, and my new favorite mayor in America.
Oh, yeah.
Is this wonderful, wonderful lady. She's a whip. She's a smart one.
She is.
Had trouble spelling Eagles to start.
That's right.
Yeah, but you get excited.
We actually have printed a bunch of T-shirts with her spelling, okay, of those. Because, for all the people that rip the Eagles, no one can rip Philadelphia or the Eagles or any of our sports teams, and especially not our super genius mayor here, better than we can. Absolutely. We've come a long way from Ed Rendell, Fast Eddie, and Frank Rizzo going back to the 70s. I mean, Frank Rizzo was a legend. No, she's, you fail upward in a lot of these East Coast cities, unfortunately.
How long until she's a congresswoman? Here we go. This is her, by the way, the other day. I want to get this out. This is her the other day at the Eagles victory rally. I don't know why politicians need to speak there, but there's Josh Shapiro behind her, and she's got a message for everyone.
Reminded us all through their excellence that nothing is possible when we work together.
Nothing is possible when we work together.
That's right. So she was being booed. They were booing her. They were chanting. They were chanting like the old the box from season 1 of the Chappelle Show. They were chanting, "Wrap it up." Okay, that's what they were chanting. Wrap it up, lady. Let's go.
Yeah.
Adjust that Maxine Waters wig and move it on out of there. Get the hell out of there.
She had nice new hair for that.
Yeah,
she had different hair.
Yeah, it was staying put, unlike Maxine's. I will say Shapiro. I don't like him. But he caught a beer, whipped at his head one-handed when he was riding in on the bus. Yes, he did a one-handed. He had shown a little skills there, like for a member of the Hebrew tribe there. I mean, boom, just like Sandy Koufax up there catching that thing. I'm telling you.
You know what? He's ready to go. But I was so inspired by her the other day. Nothing is possible when we work together. Because I kind of feel like that's how the GOP works in general. I think that's actually
we should put a banner. Slogan. We need to hang that banner behind you here it's the new mantra for this show. Okay?
That's CPAC 2025. What have they ever accomplished? Nothing is possible when we work. This is going to be one of the schlaps will be up there.
Excellent. That nothing is possible when we work together as a team.
That's right. That's why the city's falling apart and Kensington looks like Skid Row. Like, are you kidding me? Right? I mean,
it's really a shame.
There's plenty of parts of Philly though that are fine, and I know right wingers we go to where the horror scene is, where it looks like Mogadishu, right? But ironically, Kensington, some of these areas, it's like where like famous people grew up, including one of the most beautiful women of the 20th century, Grace
Will
Kelly.
Smith.
Well, that's right. Well, no, close, right?
Well,
Will's the mayor's twin sister. But I will say that, it's a shame because there are sections. We've now had Nutter. That was a mayor's name. We had this Kitty wacko that was there prior. And now we've got this woman. I mean, these are not, the best and brightest. Philadelphia likes, just like Baltimore, by the way, just like, just like DC with Bowser.
No, yeah.
Right. It's a problem.
There's a reason I live in Grapevine, Texas, and left Washington, D.C. and Baltimore a long time ago. I can't stand it, and I'm very safe here. Let's do something fun before we go on to you know what? You want to go church service or Trumpet Daytona right now? Which one do you want to go with?
Well, let's do the church service first. It's Sunday.
You're gonna like this one. Have you seen the anti-MAGA Atlanta church guy?
Oh my gosh, no, I haven't. So you're gonna get something
ready.
fresh here.
This is why I like you, because sometimes I bring on these. I bring on these stiffs, right? I bring on these stiffs, and they don't know.
Unfortunately, our whole side's filled with them, except you and me and a few others.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna. You got to see this. I don't know how they'd handle this. This is wonderful.
Come on, public enemy. I came to tell white supremacists. I came to tell MAGA. I came to tell white privilege. We coming. We coming. God said, when you give me glory, I'm going to run them out of the State Department. If you give me glory, I'm going to run them out of Congress and run them out of Senate. If you give me glory.
By the way, he sounds like he's got walking pneumonia.
Yeah, what's going on there, man? So wait a minute. Was that the Super Bowl halftime show? What is that I'm watching? What is that? He needs a lozenge. He needs a lozenge. He sounds like he's like 1 month away from smoking cool cigarettes through a hole in his throat. I mean, that's just somebody give him a Newport or something. I mean, he needs to calm down. All right, what the hell's going on here?
Hold on. We're not done. We got to. I had to stop.
The glory.
I missed the part in the Bible, by the way. I must have missed what book is that where it's like, hey, if you give him the glory, we'll run him out of the Senate. I missed that.
Gosh, that's right. I missed that too. It must be in the old Testament. From who knows where. I mean, this is in Atlanta. Is that where this is?
Yeah. He used to be apparently
I'm not shocked. Yeah, no, exactly.
I think he started in Maryland. Here's 15 more seconds of this guy. Hold on.
I'm going to run them off of your job and run them off of your classroom. I need you to take your neighbor's hand and say, neighbor, we got to shout like we got faith.
What is...
Well, I don't know.
Hold on. I have so much to say. I have so much... Hold on. And this is why you're a problem. Because I have so much to say here. I want to get him in there, and have us. Do you see that it says? Hold on, I have to get the faith around and find out. And he's edited it as if you're saying the F word.
I love that. I kind of like that. I love all the Atlanta Falcons jerseys. I see a Julio Jones jersey in there. Like players that haven't played on the Atlanta Falcons in like 10 years. So I mean, I don't know what's going on. When you go outside this place, they're probably selling, hubcaps and God knows what else. So, I mean, there's a church for everyone. That's the thing. The beauty of America, right? And the freedom to assemble is that you can have the church for faith around and find out, and church for dummies, and God knows what. So, God bless them. I mean, man, that's
but you
something
can.
else.
But if you only believe, and I've heard a lot of pitches from preachers here. I want to get him in so that we can have he's never camera centered. This is really bad. He's never centered on the camera. Oh, there we go. So that way we can get our faces a little bigger because white supremacy. We need to have our faces. There we go.
That's right.
I've never seen a church that's like, if you just pray enough, MAGA will go away.
That's right.
It's usually the opposite, isn't it?
It's the church of Juicy Smollett or something going on. It's
New birth.
It's a disaster. That's right. I mean, look, I think I see Fannie Willis up front there. So, you might have to check on the tax-exempt status of this church, calling on the takedown of your political enemies there from the pulpit.
Do you think they sell his I got to zoom out again so we can get him in there. Do you think they sell his hoodie at the merch shop on the way? I mean, he's got a really nice pair of green
one, man.
Sweatpants.
It says Men of Africa on it. I'm definitely getting one. Okay? I'm going to get one with the Irish flag on it that says Men of Ireland, right? That's what I'm going to get.
There's just so much happening here. Like, I don't understand.
Wow.
When you like write that, do you think like you're like when you're sitting in your office this week and you're like, I'm gonna get this one. This had to be Super Bowl Sunday, right? Like I don't know when this is from, but because everybody's in football jerseys, this had to be Super Bowl Sunday.
Probably. Yeah, I see that.
And they had like the full. They've got the full, like they got $1 million worth of setup there. They got the full LED wall behind him. And was this like Warnock's old church?
I think I see a Tom Brady jersey out there somewhere too.
There's a Tom Brady jersey.
Is that what that is there? Yeah, Tom Brady in the house there.
That guy didn't get the message.
Yo, I mean, you can't be wearing the greatest white boy of all times jersey.
If you start,
are you kidding me? Other than you and I, Tom Brady's the greatest.
If you start he should take that off. They probably had to burn it before the end, because if you start by saying you need to end white supremacy and then you've got a Tom Brady jersey on.
And Tom Brady put the spanking belt to ass on the Falcons. The Falcons were up in 7 Super Bowls ago. They were up 30-7, and Brady came all the way back and destroyed them. So I can't believe lightning's not hitting this church as we speak. Come on. It's insane.
I mean, just get the memo. You got to you can't have the whitest. By the way, same birthday as me, in case you're wondering, August 3rd. But so people can dox me. But why would you wear that to a church that's like anti-white?
I don't know, man. That's crazy. Maybe they
didn't get the memo.
His broadcasting career. I don't know. I mean,
good. By the way,
crazy.
Good catch. I did not see that coming. That was a really good catch on your part. I didn't see that at all. I've watched this clip a few times.
Well, there's that congresswoman from wherever the hell she's from.
Ayanna Pressley?
Yeah, there she is. Isn't that her? Or is that Sinead O'Connor's sister? Where's that? What's happening there?
But also, did they wait?
I'm loving the outfits.
Did they have a performance from Public Enemy? I'm just looking at this like I'm zipping through this. They have like a
he thinks he's Chuck D. He ain't no Chuck D. He's like poor man's Chuck D. Although I think I see Flavor Flav's mom in the audience. So she's got the giant clock on, right? She's got the drip. Look, everybody there's got the drip game going, like AJ Rice does tonight. The drip games in the house. Okay?
Hold on, I gotta zoom in so you can.
If you're gonna go. That's right, baby. Just like Brady. The goat, like Brady.
If I would have known, all I have behind me, I've got my Christy Yamaguchi collector's plate behind me on it.
All right, everyone needs one of those.
They do. No, they do. I mean, I actually own now 5 of them. I'm not joking. I am investing in my future, and that's what's important. Between that and my
right next to your Tanya Harding Billy Club.
You don't believe it? I got it. I can get it from behind the. I do have a. Alex doesn't understand. The fiance does not understand why I keep ordering them, and I'm like, you'll understand when we retire. When we've got $1 million on these.
So Yamaguchi, you got an entire fortune, retirement built on Yamaguchi. That's all you need.
I do, and then I've got my MAGA. I'm ready. This is my drip. Is that I've got the MAGA hat with the MAGA hat on it, which is very.
Dude, you have always had like a gang of hats, man. You got like a hat collection.
I have like
a brother. I mean, you got the brothers. I mean, you got them all.
Well, I grew up. So that true story. You know this. I grew up in Baltimore, and so that rubbed off on me. The fitted hats, and when they go. I get all of the. I've got like 20 of them next to me right here. But like when they go on clearance at There's like my street
Gotta go
Baltimore
get 'em.
hat, and I've
That's
got all
right.
sorts of stuff over here. I've got a hat for every occasion, and then some. Like I could flip them. And the thing is, here's the thing. Unlike other people who wear beanies in media, I actually have hair under here. Now I a little bit troubling in the back, but like there's a head of hair here that I could I could do what you do
I can
with
vouch
your
for
little
it.
coif.
Let me
But
tell
I
you
just
what
like wearing hats. It's like a
Well,
hug
let me
on my
tell you
head.
What I like about you, though, okay, and this may be why we connect, is that you, unlike a lot of other people in our world that sort of move around and they become front runners for this place or that place. And I'm not saying you're not having a good time in Texas.
I'm mid.
And I'm sure you like not paying the state income tax. But you are like an Orioles, Ravens guy. You're like a Baltimore guy, and you're not going to shake it. Right? You're not going to shake it. Don't tell me you own a Cowboys jersey. You moved down there.
No. I used to like the Cowboys in the 90s, and they let me down. And I'll tell you, the only thing good about the Cowboys now is that when you want to go to like the Thanksgiving game after everybody's given up, I went this year, it was $40 for a nice ticket to the game. You can go to a nice football game, take the family for affordable tickets because people fire sell them.
That's right. I've been to Jerry World. It's a beautiful facility, but the product on the field, unfortunately, because the Jones family doesn't know what the hell they're doing, the Ravens have won 2 Super Bowls since, and they didn't even exist in the mid-90s because they came from Cleveland. It's a whole story there. The point is, the Ravens have won 2 Super Bowls since the last time the Cowboys have ever even appeared in one, since the mid-90s, right? With that team with Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman. So you gotta stick with the chain gang, man. The Ravens and the Ravens and the Eagles, baby. We're gonna go pick up trash together. Come on.
I support my local sports. This is where I've turned into a little old man. I like my little town here in Grapevine. I support my friends down here. They're kids at the Grapevine High School, where, by the way, Post Malone went, and McKenna Grace, she's in the Ghostbusters.
And a lot of athletes went through there too.
I think Demi Lovato came through here. We've got a lot. We got a whole this tiny town of Grapevine is a wonderful place. Boy, do I sound like I'm running for office here. But
listen,
if I were, boy, would I be a hell of a representative for this little.
Okay, all right. Well, last time you ran for dog catcher and lost, so you're gonna go bigger this time. You gotta go bigger.
I would, honestly. So at one point, I almost ran for railroad commissioner in Texas, and on a joke campaign saying I love trains because the railroad commission has nothing to do with trains. It's a huge energy board here. Like it's the biggest energy thing.
Oh, sure.
And I got a phone call from the state RNC, and they said, "Hey, you don't really want that job, do you?" I go, "What do you mean? I don't want
be ashamed if something happened to you."
Well, so they did this whole thing. They're like, neither one of us would want you at a 6-year job. I mean, that sounds terrible. Blah, blah. And I go, I'd win, wouldn't I? They're like, your name's Tim Young. You're running against an Italian with like 5 syllables in his name. And I'm like,
that's right. That's true.
And they're like, it would be a blowout. I'm like, oh, well, I don't want it. You're right. Good.
Well, a lot of people around the country don't realize, like the land commissioner down there and the railroad commissioner, they have real power.
Oh, God, yeah.
And like the governor actually has the least amount of power. The lieutenant governor, Dan Patrick, has the most power. So it's an interesting system because, obviously Texas was its own country for a short period of time. And, it's like George P. Bush, I think, was the land commissioner.
He was for a bit, but now we've got Dawn Buckingham, who was on the show last week, by the way. She was on just last week. Okay. Great friend. Gave me. I brought her on the radio day before my birthday, and I told her it was my birthday. What did she bring me? And she pulled $15 out of her purse.
Okay. She couldn't find a 20. What the hell's going on?
Nah, she only had 3 crisp 5s. I've got them down here. I've got them saved. I was bribed by a politician.
You're taking bribes by politicians? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's very That's very Baltimore of you. It's very Baltimore. It's like that episode of The Wire, Texas style. I
was filling in for Salem radio here locally when I did that. And I should have actually donated that. They needed that money more than me.
Was it Case Guy? Was it a Case Guy?
It was Mark Davis who I was.
Mark Davis, yeah, Case Guy, right? That's the station.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is? KSK? I don't know.
Yeah, KSKY. Yeah.
I love Mark Davis, but I don't care about
good guy.
Salem is Salem. All right, so here's and with that segue, here's Donald Trump today at the old Daytona 500. I think this is the most badass thing, by the way, taking the presidential limo around.
I love
and then he gets on the radio. This is him on the radio.
And Mr. President, the radio is yours. a big fan. I am a really big fan of you people that you do this. I don't know, but I just want you to be safe. You're talented people, and you're great people and great Americans. Have a good day. Have a lot of fun, and I'll see you later.
That's like.
Was that him or was that you prank calling? Well,
That was him. That was him. That was
doesn't
the
even
funniest
sound
shit.
like him.
Yeah, it was because the signal was so bad. The signal was so bad.
It wasn't
But,
Shane Gillis. Who was that? It was like a prank call. What was?
Look, when he was like, "It's your favorite president," and
Well,
I don't know how you
actually,
people do this.
Yeah, that was the tell. Actually, it was definitely him because he's the only one that leads sentences like that, right? I mean, that's just.
Yeah, no,
that's definitely him.
We POTUS is the GOTUS. Hold on, here we go. What's this one here? We need more whistleblowers. Love your show. Okay. Okay. Anyway, we need, or more people who blow in Wisconsin. I don't know which one that might be one or the other. I'm not sure.
Well, it's an amazing thing. This president works 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And then he does some kind of like last weekend he's at the Super Bowl, been to the Army Navy game. So he's out there culturally, and that is
representing America.
Correct. He is America's cheerleader. Now 2 Sundays in a row. Last week Super Bowl, this weekend Daytona, and it's that in some ways will be remembered and echoed down through the ages because that's what Reagan was. He was a cheerleader for the United States, and that's who also a lot of Trump's cabinet picks are also cheerleaders, and they're not. None of them will pass a purity test, but we shouldn't be in the purity test business. There's problems with everyone. I mean, people told me when Trump ran in 2016 that he couldn't pass the purity test. But I mean, here's the thing. Do you want to win? You bring together all different types of people. Yep. And I write about this in the book. This was a huge multi-ethnic working class coalition with all different types of people that have been the Tulsi people, the Rogan people, the Ron Paul people, the RFK Jr. people, right? And you bring them all together, and this is how you win. You don't win by talking to the Wall Street Journal editorial page every day of your life or hanging out at the Chamber of Commerce. That was a big fat loser. So we needed to do something different. And look, I've written about it. The guy is a counterculture icon, and he's just a cultural icon. And God knows where he'll go next. He's going to go to like the International Bingo Championships. He's going to show up everywhere from now on. I'm telling you.
It's good. I'm for it. Look, enjoy. It's not just that he enjoys it, but he's actually out there showing that American strength is back, showing that a president can go up and down the tall steps on Air Force One. That's already step one.
That's
right. He can get up and down those steps. Just moves
right.
up and down. Sometimes doesn't even use the handrail.
Absolutely.
And he can get up and down them, and then shows up and shakes everybody's hand. Everybody's taking selfies. He can answer. He's already answered. I believe he's already answered more questions than Joe Biden did in 4 years.
He did. In 4 weeks, he's answered more questions in 4 weeks than the old reanimated corpse there did in 4 years. I mean, it's just.
Has it been 4 weeks? It's 3.5 weeks. Give him credit.
Yeah, it's Sunday. Yeah, I mean, we're this Tuesday. I think we'll be at 4 weeks.
Oh,
yeah.
Where's the time gone?
I know. It feels like we've been doing 4 years already, and it's only been 4 weeks because he moves so quickly.
Yes.
And he just rains down a barrage of Tomahawk missiles, and the media goes chasing. And then he rains down another, and then they run over here, right? So you get to pick and choose what you want to be outraged about on a daily basis, and they don't know what to do because there's this sort of force multiplier happening, and their head's spinning. They don't know, they're malfunctioning, right? So, they were asleep for 4 years because Biden was just plugged into the extension cord the whole time.
Before we get to the next topic, did you ever deal with Caitlin Collins in D.C.?
You know what? Years and years and years ago, when she was like Tucker Carlson's intern or something.
She was Daily Caller when I was at the Daily Caller like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. And here, let's get the presidential limo out of there. And she was a nightmare then. Like she was always, she wasn't a lib, but she was just like, it was like, it was the Caitlin Collins show and everybody else followed up afterwards.
Sure. I mean, look, she's wife material. You can see that by the way she asks these questions, right? I mean, everyone wants to take home, the mouth like that. I mean, she is absolutely a nightmare. She's got to be, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like whether she likes you or doesn't like you, you get the same sort of, what is it called? RBF face, right? So you get that face, and Trump actually continues to go back to her because I think he kind of gets a kick out of,
Well, remember, her career should have ended.
Cookie.
Her career should have ended. Remember, they cut that town hall short that she thought she was going to own Trump back like 2 years ago.
Right. He totally face planted her. I mean, no, she got pancaked on. I mean, she didn't know what to do. So, and I find it interesting that they've sent her into the White House because she has a show, right? And usually someone that has a show isn't also the White House correspondent. But I guess this is part of, look, they got cost cutting going on at CNN. Now, is she as rude as Jim Acosta and whacked out like that? No, she's not going to behave like that. She probably has she's from, I think, Alabama. She probably has semi-decent parents. But, I mean, so far,
giving a lot of
I don't know.
credit.
You might know more than I do, but I will say Caroline Leavitt has handled her just fine as well. Turned her into her meat puppet. So
I will. I won't show the direct messages, but when Caroline Leavitt was named press secretary, I DM'd her on Instagram because I know people. This is me. This is called bragging.
Yes.
And I said, hey, when you get a chance, can you
time.
just wreck Caitlin Collins for me? Because I hate that. And then I use some words. Caitlin and Caroline's classier than me. And she said, LOL, sure. So like I was like, look, she's going to be the nightmare. And like, I'm so excited about that. But here's another, this is what we call a seamless segue in the business. Here's another nightmare. Imagine if we would have had Tim Walz in office for 4 years. His daughter is now, by the way, my current favorite internet content is his daughter. And because this is an Instagram photo, I can, or TikTok, I can put it in the middle. Here's Tim Walz's daughter. She is very offended. I don't know if you saw the other day, this joke, Valentine's Day card the White House put out, roses are red.
I did. I loved it.
I love it. I do too. And it was Tom Homan.
They all fell for it. They all go for it. I mean, it's just amazing. They just it's like they send these things out to see if these idiots will chase these things. And they do every time.
They do.
Every time.
They do. What is this?
She
Hold
looks,
on, by the way.
She looks adorable.
I'll respond to this. Do you think we need to pardon both sides of Congress and Senate to get them to vote for bills that no? Pardon no one. Send them all to jail. I'll actually just shut it down. Send them all to jail. All right, here we go.
Hey, so this is insane.
Hey.
The fact that the official White House Instagram page posted this.
By the way, note that she says that the this Valentine's Day joke is insane, but not her dad putting tampons in boys' bathrooms.
Is fucking disgraceful.
Oh no.
I get like this whole Valentine's meme thing.
Oh.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Joking about
this. By the way, she had no date on Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way she had any. She had time to go find this and be outraged because nobody wants to be her Valentine, and that's what this is really about. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, she's pissed off about that. She could, and as beautiful as Tom Homan is, okay, with that face of his, even the Tom Homans of the world wouldn't go out with Timmy Walz, Pinky in the Air's daughter here. I can't believe. So wait a minute, Tim Walz actually reproduced with someone. I had no idea.
Well, have you seen his wife? His wife's nuts.
Yeah,
here we go. Here's the rest of this. Hold on. Let me get. We got more of this. We have to let her complain some more because that's what this is all about. It's equal opportunity.
About this is not funny. I get the whole administration is a joke, but like, yeah.
Was that TV in the background on her thing? Yeah,
I'm kind of at a loss for words with how gross and disgusting this is. And honestly, more people need to be calling it out because what the fuck? Like, nothing really shocks me with these people. This one kind of shocked me.
Oh, wow.
Are we being serious right now?
This is a lot. By the way, this is so much from her. Like she clearly, look, you and I can take a topic and go, right, for like 10, 15 minutes. She clearly only had generic outrage to work with. Oh my God. Oh, this is so bad.
Are you serious? It's like the deep thought of the day here. This was she's gonna send this into Mensa. She's definitely Mensa. This is definitely somebody that's gonna split the atom later in life. Right? and look, we should commend her. We actually want more videos from her. We want her weighing in We want her weighing in, not just on Valentine's Day, but when Trump cancels Cinco de Mayo coming up, I definitely want a video from that. Okay, when we cancel Cinco de Mayo. No, we're joking. We're not canceling Cinco de Mayo.
Their wide vocabularies are stunning. This is a scene from As the World Turns. But he broke it off because they never stopped talking. Yeah, no, listen, she is outraged by a Valentine's Day joke, but not her dad, again, being pro putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. Speaking of outrage, I can't get enough of these videos. A lot of these people, when I'm sad, and I know that we're big men. We can talk about the times that we feel down. I don't know about you, AJ, but when I'm sad, what I do is this is going to be good. I like that I got this guy's input. I set my camera up, right? I get my phone and I make sure the lighting is good and I got the whole thing figured out so that I can just post it on the internet. This is actually probably the most, I don't know if you'd call it virtue signaling, but this is where I am now in this mentally. People, I don't know when they started doing this, but like nothing says, and there was like a woman who said that she lost her child or something to like whatever it was in the hospital. And she set up a camera and cried and like did a whole thing. And I'm like, this is performative and not authentic. Anyway, here's a guy, he's very upset that his mom has been deported by the Trump administration. And so he took the time to set up a camera and share his thoughts with us.
My mom just got deported. My mom just got deported.
You're gonna what? Hey, listen. That is a moose mating call, and it is very.
Oh my gosh! And
he's taking his life into his hands.
In the next clip, he whatever that is, looks into the camera and says, "Leave Britney alone. Leave Britney alone." Because I got to tell you, that video from 20 years ago of that person screaming about Britney Spears was really the Neil Armstrong moment of this behavior. That was the first person. That was the first. And then since then, look how far we've come.
Let me tell you something. Not only was your comment right there, and we're clipping this shit, right? Not only was your comment there perfect, but this to me, like if you're not giving people lines to go on media with your boring ass clients, because I know you got some boring ones. If you're not feeding them that, and I know you just pulled that out because you didn't know this clip was coming.
No.
The Neil Armstrong, that Leave Britney alone was the Neil Armstrong of these types of clips. That is like, I'm done. We could just turn this live stream off.
All right, we'll leave on a high note. Stanza. All right,
here's the rest of it. Here we go.
It's so not fair. It's so not fair. She's literally not a criminal. Like she literally just paid her taxes. She's literally just. We're not safe. No one's safe. Please.
I bet he's really good at football predictions. I want to hear what this guy's watching on the NFL.
It's definitely a Chiefs fan. I guarantee you, like once this was over, cleaned himself up and went in because he's definitely sitting in the Starbucks parking lot, about to go inside to be a barista somewhere, right? I mean, come on. I mean, that's what's happening here.
Joe Ragu says this has to be
what gender this is. What gender is this anyway? I can't. Is one of the 72? Which of the 72 is this? I don't even know.
It's male, female, and then barista, which is the new they them.
Yeah.
People said this was a joke, but I don't see that this guy actually looks like he's worked up. This fella looks like he's upset, like he really is leave Britney alone.
Yeah,
he's like the same.
I like to thank the Academy. It's a hell of a performance here. Give this person a Golden Globe or something. Better than most of the people that are being nominated nowadays anyway.
All right, we got 3 more clips here before we're out of here tonight. I've got this one so we covered, have you seen the Worcester City Council meetings? Have you seen these?
I'm so upset that you and I didn't get to go to it. Oh, yes. These are my favorite
So my biggest clip when I clipped my stuff last week was me. Like I purposely didn't watch it before I did the show.
Cats on Broadway. They're about to happen here. That's right. I can't. What is that? It's the Addams Family reunion.
Well, this one. Speaking about people who hasn't had a Valentine's Day date in a while. This one showed up last week and then showed up in new costume New facial makeup. I don't want to deny you this. I don't know. I have not watched this full clip. We're not making it through 2 minutes of this, though. I'll tell you this right now. This is a 2-minute, 20-second clip. It ain't happening. Here we go.
Hello, Council. Remember me from last week? Oh, you don't remember me from last week? Could it be because gender is a construct? I'm Anna. Been a Worcester resident for 24 years. Tonight, I'm coming to you as Laddie LaRouge, otherwise known as Lady LaRouge. Tonight, I'm Laddie.
That's all I've got. That's all I've got in me. That's all. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. This.
Oh my
Do you
God.
remember me from last week?
Yeah.
I'm back now as Lady LaRouge.
Wow. Well, you know, you and I remember them because they're, how can we not? I mean, this is some of the most talented individuals. And look, it's like a Star Trek convention going on in Worcester, Massachusetts here. I mean,
It's BronyCon.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
BronyCon.
Yeah, Dragon Con or something.
Look, here's the thing. I've seen, obviously, it's kind of old now, but you know the conservatives that dress up and go to the city council meetings and do their little thing. It's funny, like once. It's done now.
Sure.
This looks like, if you would have told me that this was satire and this is a conservative.
Oh yeah,
game,
I mean that could be what's his name, Alex Stein doing. I mean he actually has done that. So I mean
he's done the dress up thing.
These people are a little late. I mean he was doing it last year, right? I mean but the thing is, these guys are not Alex Stein. They're not, you know, Johnny Knoxville. They're not, you know, Sacha Baron Cohen. They are for real.
Yeah.
They really want a freaking sanctuary, a trans, you know, sanctuary city. The trans mafia wants its own little fiefdom up there in Massachusetts, right? With all the rest of the mass holes and the trannies with the mass holes and the trannies without the mass holes. I mean, that's what's going on up there, and it's, I mean, wow. So yeah, I mean, you know, they do wardrobe changes. They go back, they go into the bathroom, they come back out as somebody else.
I'm going to say this, and you can agree or disagree with me. I think Alex Stein doing satire represents the LGBT whatever community better than that person.
Well, I mean, look, he's all in on it a lot of times. I
he's
mean,
he's done a lot. He's done a lot.
I mean, he's running around in Target with the tucking it in with the gear.
I just feel bad.
He's got that bowl of fruit. He's tucking that back like Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. You know what I mean? So
I just feel bad for the Irving City Council. Like they're just like, they have to. All right. Here's who I believe is the biggest problem in America right now. It's childless cat ladies who drink wine.
Yes.
And here is a childless wine drinking cat lady who really.
Wait a minute. Is that Taylor Swift post Super Bowl that I'm looking at? What is that?
Ooh.
Is that's what the Eagles did to her? All right, let's see the video.
By the way, I like that these are vertical videos because they fit right in between us.
That's right.
I am telling you right now, it is and always will be the Gulf of Mexico. Okay.
The Mexicans have celebrated, by the way. She just saved them. Thank God for her. You know, she is
First
a
of all,
box of wine in.
That's right. She is. She got a box of Franzia. She's tapping it, right? She's tapping it. She's got her Stanley mug. She's got the Franzia, right? Someone should have told her bangs are out. She needs to get rid of the bangs. And she's trying to look smart by putting her glasses on the top of her head, right?
Yeah.
Like she's, you know, like she's a poor man's Faye Dunaway here with the turtleneck and the glasses on her head. But you know, for all we know, maybe we'll rename one of the Great Lakes, you know, the Gulf of the Snow Mexicans once we make Canada the 51st state, right? We could do that without a doubt.
She is Gulf of North America. Yeah, wasn't it the Gulf of North America originally? And then they named it, they changed it to Mexico. I don't know. But no, this woman, like, she's the person who still watches The View. And think about like all the effort. You know, you and I turn on a camera, we show up. You're fancy tonight. But we turn on a camera, we can talk about whatever. She did her makeup. She thought that glasses thing through. She really
That's right.
thought she had it here. Here's the rest of this.
Okay. I live in central Indiana.
What's in central Indiana? Nothing. God, her life sucks.
Not much.
Where was
Our music amphitheater has.
Where was that? Is she the mayor of Philadelphia? What was that?
No, the amphitheater?
The amphitheater.
That's your box of Franzia catching up to you there. Our amphitheater.
That's right.
Is she's
drinking the Boone's Farm.
These are the people who watch The View, believe everything it's said there, and then go out to virtue signal. She's got a coexist sticker.
had a whole host of different names. Every time a different sponsor buys it out, it's called something different, but it will always be Deer Creek to me. Just like it will always be the Gulf of Mexico.
Did somebody fuck up their lip?
Wait a minute. So she practiced this, this is not just a virtue. So this woman in Central Indiana, I guarantee you, she has like 2 Latin friends, just 2. Okay,
one's her gardener.
Yeah,
one's her gardener.
One's her gardener, right? One's her gardener. One sweeps up when she gets her hair cut at the hair cuttery. So, or Supercuts or wherever she's getting the bad bangs done. And I will tell you right now, she texted. This was done just for these 2 people, so that her white privileged heart, her white privilege album heart, would feel released. And she and she said and I'm gonna drink Corona only from now on for you. Corona only, okay? I mean, that's who this is. This is the whitest woman in America trying to virtue. So I guarantee you, she got a Black Lives Matter flag out front of her house.
Oh, she's got every Lives Matter out there except for the white one. She bought into the Stop Asian Hate thing. She's got a Ukraine flag.
Love is love.
She's got the sign. The fucking sign.
Love is love. Yeah, the sign. Yeah, in this house, we vaccinate and boost our
science
kids.
Is science.
Yes.
Women deserve rights.
That's right. I heart Hamas. We support black midgets. There's a whole thing. Dr. Fauci is my hero. And she got the whole sign. All of it. She got all of it. We call these people, Tim, we call these people the pumpkin spice mafia. Because she drinks pumpkin spice lattes. She got her Peloton and her Audi. She's cruising around in the richest neighborhood in the Tony section of Central Indiana, wherever the hell that is. Okay.
And when she sees hold on, and when she sees a person of color walk by her house, regardless that it's her wealthier neighbor who's a black guy, she is on the horn with the cops.
That's right. She checks her Ring doorbell for every hour looking for black UPS drivers. I guarantee it.
They show up and she questions them. They've got the box. They've come out of the truck. They're what are you doing here? Get off my property. I've got dogs.
Officer, there's one that looks like George Floyd. I don't know what to do. What do it's happening? Oh, wait a minute. No. Well, it's my neighbor. Hold on. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So yeah.
No, she has. How many times do you think she's called the cops on her neighbors? Her black neighbors?
A lot, without a doubt. Okay, and
she's on that. What's the app? I don't do the app, but what's the neighborhood app?
It's like Next Door or something, right? Isn't that what it's called?
All the she's on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the whitest woman in America. I mean, just look at that face. I mean, my God, she's a freaking nightmare. You know it, absolutely. But she thinks she's so progressive, right? And
You're
look, in Central Indiana, she might be the blackest person there, other than the UPS driver. So
no, there's probably a wealthy family down the street that owns like a couple of Corvettes and like actually does very well, and decided that they lived in Chicago, they moved to Central Indiana to get away from it. They've earned it. They're corporate executives, wealthiest people in the entire neighborhood.
That's right.
She hates them.
Tony Dungy walked up the street, former coach of the Indianapolis Colts. We're gonna call the cops on Tony. Here comes Tony. Yeah, right. Every time she sees one of the Pacers, the Indiana Pacers, out in the mall somewhere, oh my God, I think this guy's coming for me.
she cross references by saying that she used to know some good ones, and these aren't like those. That's what she said.
That's right.
Officers, I've known some good ones.
That's right. I have some Mexican friends. Okay, I have a few, and I'm going to send them this video about the Gulf of Mexico once I'm done with my pumpkin spice latte and my Peloton ride later today.
Guarantee though, these types of ladies are the most racist people in America. And I think Van Jones has said the same commentary almost that we have both said.
Yes.
That they are the first people. They're these liberal virtue signaling women, and they're the first people who will call the police when they see a black guy in the neighborhood. Van Jones has called this out many times, and he sometimes goes through these phases where he logic strikes him.
Right.
And
no, he does. And look, my book, The White Privilege Album, is not about conservative white people. It's about these people and how they do more damage to people of color than any conservative or libertarian ever has. Right.
Yeah.
And their virtue signaling alliance with dopey blue state governors and blue mayors like the one we played earlier from Philadelphia, they are the ones that are causing these problems in a lot of urban America.
She did not appreciate her neighbors receiving 5+ Amazon packages. It starts to it clogs up the neighborhood. It makes she's the person, by the way. This is why you do not move to a neighborhood with a homeowners association. And I took her picture down because some of the people, including William Brown here, did not want to see that picture anymore. She's the one on the homeowners association making the calls,
absolutely
ruining your life.
She absolutely is. And let's get her address so we can send her some copies of this book. We can send her some Amazon packages from this book right here. She absolutely, she's a tyrant, and you could just tell.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, if you're loving this, make sure you hit the retweet button. I gotta pay some bills here before I let you go, and I don't want to leave that go. If you guys have not done this yet, I love Kalshi. Go to kalshi.com/Tim Young. The predictive markets have been right. They're much better than polling. Let me get this pulled up right here. Let's see what we're predicting tonight. Pro basketball all-star game. I don't care about that, actually. How many government employees will Trump and Elon cut in 2025? Right now, more than 250,000 is doing pretty well, but it looks about 305,000 is what the forecast is from the predictive markets. Predictive markets are so much fun to play with. Go over to kalshi.com/Tim Young and check those out. Also, I am the CEO of a company called Veeves, and maybe I should spell it right because that is a musical artist, and I'm the R word. There we go. So Veeves right now, if you go over there, shop with, don't give your money to people who hate you. Shop with Veeves. You can go scan the UPC codes when you go to stores, and it shows you if something is conservative or liberal, gives you information on the overarching company, because it turns out that these bigger companies, you think you're just getting away with one product and taking money out of liberals' hands. No, it's not. They own probably multiple potato chips, multiple ice cream brands. Make sure that you take a look at Veeves. We tell you about the overarching company and then give you conservative alternatives. All right. AJ Rice, I want to talk about this book before we get out of here. Everyone should go get this book, The White Privilege Album, Bringing Racial Harmony to Very Fine People on Both Sides. Really, I think the messaging here, I wish I could have us both bigger when we do this. I need to learn how to use this better. This is really talking about the lunacy of the left, right?
Absolutely. And how they use race to divide us. And, like you, brother, and some of our colleagues, there's not many of us. I grew up listening to Limbaugh, and he used to say his job was to use irreverent humor or absurdity to illustrate truth. So with The Walking Dead and with the White Privilege album, that's what I try to do. I try to poke holes in, what is essentially cultural Marxism, but political correctness, cancel culture, DEI, and in particular, I defend three things: Western civilization, the middle class, and the nuclear family. Because when you hear the left talk about white privilege or toxic masculinity, or the patriarchy, that's really the three things they're after, because they know that the way they can keep us divided is to run down Western civilization, Judeo-Christian, Greco-Roman civilization, destroy the middle class. They have to do it. And destroy the nuclear family. They have to do it. If they can do those three things, then the miserable cat ladies, right, that are importing cats from the menus of Ohio right next door to Indiana, right, getting them off the menu there, listening to Taylor Swift in the background, they will always have power over us. They want us miserable, alone, unmarried. They don't want any of us to ever get laid or married or have children. They don't want it. And, this is a way to poke fun at them, dunk on them. And, what is one of the definitions of comedy, right? The ability to transform horror into humor. And that's what I try to do with the book.
Yeah. Great book, great author. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but he's actually really funny. And he's been a great friend for a long time. AJ Rice, the best publicist. By the way, we didn't even cover, you have literally done PR for what? The entire cabinet and future cabinet and this administration. Like, you've worked with every single one of these people. You're not just like the best guy in the industry. You have worked with the best people in conservatism.
Yeah, Hegseth, Tulsi, RFK Jr., a large swath of the people that are in the White House right now, and not just the big names, the heads of the departments, but a lot of the people that are being filled out to try to turn this rotten aircraft carrier around. Because as you know, brother, I mean, when you're here in the swamp where I am, you can't just take the heads of the departments off. You have to drop a bunker buster 10 layers down and clear out that middle management, because they are the problem. They're the ones that are entrenched, that have been here for years, and they have metastasized, and hopefully people like Bondi and Cash and Hegseth can get rid of them all.
Hey, that's a good question. Any Texas book signings coming up? You doing a book tour? What are you doing? You just sitting at home? What are you? Because I mean, you obviously get on all the hot shows and stuff, because I mean, you
Sure.
know everybody, so it's very easy for you to publicize from home. You going on a book tour?
Yeah, I mean, I've done a few signings and things around the DC area and Philadelphia, because it's my hometown. But I'd love to come down there. We'll send a couple hundred copies down there. Come down there and tear shit up with you, your fiance. We'll get some bourbons out and get the bourbon out there. We'll get your hat collection. You buy a book, you get a free hat. Right? We'll get it going.
She would don't give her ideas to give away my hats. I got a run. Like, I'll buy them. By the way, I buy them like 20 at a time now. I go literally New Era, and then all the other. You go on when they're like $10 for these fitted hats, because these fitted hats were gold back in the day. I mean, you know this. They're like $50 a piece.
Right.
And I get them I have a ridiculous hat sized head, and so like I can find everything on clearance because nobody buys them this big. So
anyway, I'm gonna get you a Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champion hat. All right, you got to send me your address. I'll send one to you.
I don't want an Eagles hat.
We'll get one that says we'll get you a white privilege album hat. Okay, you can wear that.
Now that I would wear, if I had I would wear a hat that says white privilege on it. I would absolutely do that. That would go over real well here in the old Grapevine. AJ Rice, go follow him at Publius PR, and go get the book, the White Privilege album. Dude, great having you on here. We need to do this more because you're actually very, very good. I should have known that you were going to be very good. I've had you on the radio before, but I should have known that you're not boring because you do this shit for a living.
Oh man, yeah. No one wants a coach who doesn't play the game, right? So
yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. You're a patriot. Keep making them laugh and making them, film videos and send them to you there, like that last old lady.
Those hateful ladies. All right, dude. Thanks so much, AJ Rice. Go follow him at Publius PR. Get the White Privilege album, and we'll have clips of this up because this is going to be. You have so much fun stuff to say, dude. I'm not used to it. I'm used to being the one that has to put over the guest, not the other way around. It's like it was too easy. Too easy. Get out of here.
Right,
I'm going to go watch. I hate to admit, I'm going to go watch the SNL 50th anniversary show.
All right. We were funnier than them, so come on.
Oh God. Oh, definitely we are. All right, guys. If you like this, hit the retweet button. Go visit Kalshi.com/TimYoung and go get the Veebs app.